Hello, Creative Birdie family. I'm doing well. How are you? I hope all of you guys are doing well. We're still at it with the, I'm sorry, I got distracted, with the art thoughts or the vision that I see in my head of something I want to accomplish and make and create and bring to you guys. I'm going to try to make it as simple as possible. I already did one video. It was over an hour long and it was just too much. So I can't teach a lot of you guys, I can't hold a lot of your guys' attention for that long for something that can be so much simpler. So I deleted it. It's fine because I'm bringing you a new way, an easier way to do this with me. So you can use any paper you want. You can use any magazines you like. The whole point of this is to cut yourself, well, basically it's a recycle. Okay, back up please. It's a recycle project. Upcycle, recycle, use up what you have, use magazines. So I have a magazine over there, and what I did was by hand cut a bunch of strips. It depends on the size, it depends on the project you have, it depends on the double-sided tape, the width that you have, because that's what we're going to make. Again, back in the day, I made handmade, homemade washi tape with double-sided tape, and it took off like wildfire. Everybody started doing it. I was the original maker of the inspiration of making your own homemade washi tape. And it's really not washi tape that I did back in the day. It's just double-sided tape with decorations on top. I did it with fabric, I did it with paper, I did it with stamps, I did it with painty papers, and it just took off. Okay, so that's where I'm at again because I need some new designs, and I'm hoping that you guys will be inspired to make your own and to just be original and have your own original tape, because even if I'm showing you step by step, you're not going to have the same magazine as me, but you're going to have materials of your own that'll make your own stuff as unique as you. So you're going to need double-sided tape. If you want to take it as far as I'm going to take it, let's take it there together. So what I did was, I have this paper. You can pick this up at Staples. It's really cheap. You get a big pack, like pretty thick. Well, pretty thick for me. Under $5, of course. I would have never paid more. And I think I even picked mine up in the clearance in the back aisle. Okay. And the reason I'm using this because I love the border. You find what makes you happy. You can use a regular white piece of paper. You can use painted paper. Just remember you're going to put glue on top of whatever you painted. And most of it's going to get covered anyways. But I wanted this aged look. You can do that by yourself with paint if you like, but this is what I'm doing. Just here to inspire you guys. So what I've done is gotten this paper, have my double-sided tape holding off over there. I used my scanner, and what I wanted to do, and my vision is this. To make the strips, right? Make your strips. Glue them onto your paper. You can go all the way up. I didn't because I love this border, and I know that every single time that I run this through the scanner and then print it off, I'm going to end up with extra borders. And I love that because I love cutting the borders and making smaller strips like that. I just love that design so very much. Okay. Put in strips. So in order to do that and to run it through my scanner, I'm not sure what scanner you guys have, I used the glue stick. And I have regular glue like this. That's going to get a little too messy. Back in the day I would have, but I had this. So for my scanner, it's one of those feed scanners. It's very sensitive. If you have one of those scanners that you just close the lid and scan, you'll be fine if you have texture. But if you have the kind of scanner that I have, it's very, very sensitive. So I needed to make sure that everything was down and smooth. Okay? So I put all of my strips, various sizes, down. ran it through my scanner, and then what I needed from that was a blended piece. This is what came out of my printer after I scanned it. I saved it, and then I sent it to my printer, and now I ended up with a blended piece of collage paper, basically. From that, my next step was to make more strips again. And the reason I'm doing that is because I wanted my own unique style of double-sided tape. So I wanted to take it levels and levels and levels, and that's what I did. So it's nice and blended. It's a copy. Okay, so I grabbed that and I slit more slits. Then I went on the internet and found something that really attracted me, and Day of the Dead and Loteria in the Mexican style. Although I'm not Mexican, my husband is, and my children are half Mexican. I'm Costa Rican. Both my parents are Costa Rican. I found an image, and I thought to myself, I want washi tape made out of this. I want some homemade double-sided tape, but unique, and I want it in my collection. So I thought to myself, okay, well, I'm going to fold and cut this in 3. So 3 sections. In those 3 sections, I want to add my strips. But I want to add the strips that I made myself with the collage magazines. And that's what I did. So I got this, and cut it like this, right? And I cut this into 3s. Now this here is almost 2 inches this way. And it is 10.5 inches in height, because I did cut off ends. So from this, I ended up cutting it in 3. So if you can find this on the internet, all you have to do is look up lottery and you'll find this. We're not going to cut that together because that's what's taking forever. It's because I'm hand cutting. So once I hand cut all of that, excuse me, I ended up laying down again the strips. Remember, the strips of this and the strips of this. Okay, and that's where I ended up with this piece here. And this is the original piece. This is not scanned yet, and you can hear that it has a lot of texture. And that's not what I want. I want a blended piece of copy paper. Listen. You can feel all of the pieces put down. So let's pretend this is, oh, I can't bend it, because if I bend it, it's going to crack, because it's just glued. So, which one is this one? That lady right there, cut in 3. So you see there's the 6, and then a strip of my original paper that I made, a strip, my original paper that I made, and a strip. You see it all together, you have this card right here. And that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I did. So once I was done laying down all of the strips the way I wanted to, I ran it through my scanner, and now I have my blended piece. Nice and blended. Okay. Once I'm done with this, then I'm going to decide where I'm going to cut. And most likely what I'm going to do is figure out, because I don't have double-sided tape wider than this. There is carpet tape. I have used carpet tape. I have a video on using carpet tape. But I didn't want to go out and spend $8.99 for that carpet tape. It's just not something I need to do when I can basically get my tape that I have here at home and just triple it. Lay it side by side by side for however width I need. And that's what I'm going to do. So for this one that is thicker, that I ended up making, let's see, This one is 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I'm going to need 2.5 inches of my washi sheet, my double-sided tape. So how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to probably cut. We can do that together. But we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, let me back up now. Then I started realizing, well, do I really want to go through all that trouble over and over and over and over and over again? I said yes to myself, but off camera. So on camera, I'm just going to show you the bare minimum. Okay. That's when I came up with, why don't I just print them smaller to basically fit on my double-sided tape? Do what you were doing with the collage. Just cut them shorter and thinner. Not shorter, just cut them thinner. And now it was a pain in the butt too, because I don't have a cutter to keep every single strip lined up. What I did come up with, and I came up with this a while back, is if you want really thin strips, what you can do is run whatever magazine you have, whatever magazine pages you have, you can run it through your shredder and you'll end up with these long strips. I don't have my shredder accessible right now. It's actually put away in storage because we're in a process of doing some things around the house. Give me 1 second. Okay. So it's put away and I can't use it. So I had to hand cut that in. That's fine. I'm not complaining. So, hand cut those strips. And when I say those strips, I'm still talking about the ones that you end up printing after you, the ones you end up printing, these here, after you make your own collage and run it through the scanner. Hope you're keeping up with me. So I ended up printing out these here. I don't want to fuss too much, really. And I don't like to measure none of that stuff. But it's still a little too thin. Just by like, oh my gosh. Is it really thin? Too thin? Yeah. Maybe not. I'm not sure if it's too thin or not, the image. Might be able to fit that straight on there. Oh no, this is the thing. I can just cut this, put it on my double-sided tape and call it a day. You can do that too. But I want it to be different and I want to be unique and I want to make things with my style. So what I ended up doing is doing again what I said. Printing off something, cutting them. So you end up cutting these like this into strips. And then for these, what I'm doing, as a matter of fact, I kept this last few here so that I can show you. Because I wanted to look different, I wanted to add borders. I didn't want to cut and then add a border like I did with the other ones. This one I wanted to keep in full, but just add borders to it. Whew, a lot of explaining. The only thing I noticed is that it's a little short, but those of you who know how to manipulate paint, what is that called? Those applications that you have on the internet. I mean, not on the internet. What am I talking about? Let me put this down. It's already going to dry. Darn it, it dried already. I don't even know if I put glue, though. No, I don't think I did. Those of you who know how to use Adobe and all of that stuff and want to take the time, go for it. I didn't. So, you guys can. Okay, first strip. So here's my strip. What was I saying? Oh, I noticed that mine are not reaching to the bottom, and that's okay for me. But if it's not okay for you, you guys figure it out on how to make yourself print continuously. I'm fine with this. So there we go. I'm going to add one more thin strip here. like that. And then this is going to dry, and then I'm going to run this through my scanner, and then I'm going to end up printing what I scanned, and then I will end up with a blended page, which, let me see if I already did that. No, I haven't done it yet. Okay, so I will end up with a blended page once I run this through. So I'll probably get off for now, wait for that to dry, run it through my scanner, print that out, and then continue. But what I might sit here and do is grab my excess pieces like this and throw it down there so that I end up with a longer piece. Oh, I did that. I sure did. I gotta look up and see what you guys see. Okay, yeah, we're fine. This glue sure dries pretty fast. It doesn't give you too much working time. I'm hoping this video is not that long. Okay, so I'm going to push those down. These pieces here, I can trim them back. I will probably end up using it somewhere. Don't know where. Probably as fillers if I mess up somewhere. It's Saturday, my husband's working overtime, so I'm home alone. My children are at movie theaters, and one has an actual craft event. Well, it's not a craft event, it's different. It's like a club, and she is a vendor at a nightclub, and she vends her own art there that she makes. So I'm going to run this through my scanner, but not yet. Like, I don't want to take any chances. So as soon as I run that through my scanner, I'll come back on a different video, and we'll make our own handmade, homemade, different kind of washi tape. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for taking your time out of your day, out of your life, to come sit with me in my art room, or allow me to come sit with you in your art room, wherever that may be. I'm very grateful for that, and very grateful for all of you guys. If you have any friends, family members that need company like I do, and like you do, and like you like, and like I like, please send them on over to my channel. You can copy paste my channel, you can email it to people, you can share it on all social medias, you can share it on Pinterest, which is pretty cool to do. I'll catch you guys later, and stay creative, be creative, and do something that makes you happy. No matter what it is, do something that makes you happy. Open a window and stick your face out or something. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.